Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. I am very appreciative of your presence. My name is Ugo. I'm an online business manager. I work with busy business owners, helping them scale without being overwhelmed. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to us about 5 essential systems you need in your business as a business owner. Right? If this seems like something you were very interested in, then please sit back and let's start. Now, systems are very crucial for your business, right? In the previous video, I spoke about, systems and, how to set them up, rightly. Now, today, I'm talking about the essential systems that you absolutely need in your business as a business owner looking to flourish in business, right? So the first system I would want to talk to us about is the sales and marketing system, right? So this is a very important system for your business as a business owner because you're able to see everything within your marketing and everything within your sales all in one glance, right? So within the system, we have the lead generation system. So this is like the various avenues that generates, leads for your business. So inside of this lead generation system, we have the content creation system. So this is like, various platforms you dispense your content, right? So from people use, they use their social media page, some people use Pinterest, other people use newsletters. So these are all things that content have to be created or dispensed through. Right, so you have the various ways that these contents are being curated. So this system houses the content strategy, the content ideas, the content calendar, and all of these things, right, are all embodied or encapsulated within the system. So inside of the sales and marketing system, we have the sales conversion tracking system, right? So this is the system that tracks your sale, right, to see, okay, this is the content that sold this. This is where we got this lead from. So we got 2 leads out of the ads we made from LinkedIn, right? This is where we got this client from maybe Instagram. So you're able to track the sales conversion as well as the contents are actually doing well and the ones that are not. So this will help you form, your data. And this is the reason why I tell people that data is crucial. Data is crucial because data will help you make a very strategic decision when it comes to your business, as opposed to just making decisions randomly, right? So if you're going to be a business owner that will do well in business, you have to make strategic decisions using data. Tracking data, you have to be able to track the right metrics, KPIs, for you to be able to get the accurate data to make strategic decisions. Another system inside of the sales and marketing system is the sales pipeline system, right? This is like a dashboard that shows you, the various stages in your business that your clients are, right? You have the lead stage, you have the onboarded stage, you have the offboarded stage, and maybe retention, right? So, and then you're able to see what products or services that these clients have purchased and for how much, and all of these good things in your sales pipeline system. Now, I want to talk to us about the second system every business owner needs in their business, which is a finance system, right? So you need a finance system to be able to track your spendings, to be able to track your money, to be able to make good decision when it comes to money, right? Now, some things you might want to track is your budget. You want to track your, expenses. You want to track your income. You want to track your profits and losses. You want to track, all of these things to be able to make good decision when it comes to money, right? And spending money, right? This will help you, see if you have, or to see the amount of money you have, to be able to make other investments when the need comes. And these are the reason why you need a finance system in your business. Another thing is you are going to be paying people, right? Or even if you're not paying people, you're going to be buying, tools, paying for tools or services, right? So because of this, you absolutely need a finance system in your business. Another way people tend to do this is people try to outsource this to an expert, maybe to an accountant or to a money management person that will help them manage their finance. So the third system I would want to talk to us about today is the legal system. Yeah. So I have some people saying to me, "Oh, Ugo, I don't think I need a legal system in my business." That is absolutely not true, because you have things that are legal or legal binding in your business. So things like contracts, right? So whether you are a solopreneur or not, you actually use contracts in your business, whether so for your clients or for your team members. Whenever you're ready to hire a team, you need contracts, right? You need other things that are legal, or your terms and condition, your trademarks, your patency, if you're even going to register your business, these are all things that are, legal binding, or they have legal terms inside of them. So you need, a legal system in your business, right? So the best way to handle this, because, this actually needs a professional touch, because I don't think for some people, they're not legal, they do not have a legal background. So it's advisable to have, a legal professional, help you with all of these things. So I would advise you to consult with a legal professional to be able to, do this effectively in the long run. So the fourth system I would want to talk to us about is the client management system, which is my absolute favorite, right? This is my absolute favorite because I feel like everyone needs to have this in their business, right? The client management system is something that helps you, or houses, all the various touching points between you and your clients in your business, right? You have the inquiry, you have the lead qualification, you have the meeting, you have the onboarding, you have the payment process, you have the contract sending process, you have the onboarding, like I said earlier, you have the offboarding, you have the feedback, you have the retention process. All of these things are all housed under the client management system, right? And it is for you to make your client feel seen and feel like they made the best investment in your business by hiring you. You have to have these systems in place, right? So the last system I would like to talk to us about for me, but I feel is essential for your business, is the operations. And I absolutely love operation system because this is my wheelhouse. This is something I love to do, right? So within this, I tend to group other systems inside of the operations, right? So I tend to put team management, systems here. I tend to put your project management systems. I tend to put your maintenance, your resource, your admin, all of these things. I tend to house them inside of the operations systems, right? So for the team or people management system, this is where you have the HR, right? The onboarding, offboarding, the various touch points within that has to do with all of this, processes. Then the trainings, retrainings, and all of this are all inside of the team management or HR system, right? So the second one is the project management system. So within the project management system as well, I like to group it into two, which is the external project management and the internal project management, right? So now for the external, this is where I group my, clients projects, maybe collaborations, PR, all of these things are different projects. Like I like to group in the external project management system. So for the client project management, this is where we have like the various deliverables, the things I need to collect from my clients. This is where I house all of these things, the timelines. This is where we have the communication. This is where the fulfillment this is where the delivery system lives and, stays. All of this are inside of the external, project management system. Then coming to the internal project management system, this is where we house things like we would want to launch during the year. This is where we have like our products. This is where we discuss it in depth, right? We break it down, putting them into tasks, putting them into, various goals and tasks and all of these things. This is where we talk about the timeline, the deliverable, the people involved, and all of the good stuff, right? Then maybe the launch dates and all of this. This is where all these things are discussed. So another system inside of the operation system is the resource system. This is where all the resources, all the documents in your business, this is where they're housed. And inside of this system, it's important to have a file management system as well. So how you store these documents, your templates, your your checklists, all of these things, how they're stored, the documents, how you categorize your clients, how you store their documents, how you open freight folders, how all of these things, all of these really intricate details are all encapsulated inside of this file management system, right, which is within the resource. So within this resource as well, we have our products. So if we have if you create products, maybe like ebooks or like lead generation, lead magnets, all of the things, all of the products we create, we actually put them in the resource management system. Also, we have the SOPs, where we store our SOPs, right? This is where we store them as well. So all of this is a place where we, house the various documents that we utilize in our business, right? Then we have the admin. Oh my goodness, this is also a good one, right? So the admin is the various touch points, how we communicate, with our clients, the day-to-day things that happen in our business, and all of these things I tend to categorize under the operations, right? And then we have the maintenance. Every business has to have a maintenance culture. You have to be able to maintain, the various things in your business. So you have to sit your SOPs, check to see if they're up to date, if they're, still very valid for the stage you are in the business. So if you have, if you have grown past the stage where it was created, it means that you have to adjust it to be able to suit for the current stage of your business. So you have to have the maintenance culture, and all of these things are under the operations system. So you see the reasons why, I say it's a whole ecosystem, right? It's a whole ecosystem that has, subsystems within them, and they all work together to be able to, create a very, sustainable business in the long run. Now, all of these things are all intertwined, right? They're all intertwined. So let me give you an example of how they come in contact with each other, or, just interwoven, right, into each other. So for example, let's use the client's management system, for example. I'm going to show you how other systems are, used within this system as well. So now, for example, let's take the inquiry. When someone comes to you and say, hi Ugo, I saw you via Instagram, and I think that I would like to work with you because I've seen what you've done. I've seen your work on X and all of these things, and I would think I want to work with you. So when they come to you, the next phase of that process is, the next stage of that process is that you qualify them to see if they're a good fit. So you can actually see, okay, based on the parameters you've put around your business, to see if they are good, for the kind of business that you run. Then if they're not good, you send them a message, right, saying that, oh hi, while I feel like this and this is good, I don't feel like I'm the right person to be able to get the work or the job done. So I would kindly refer you to someone I feel is good for the particular type of work that you're in search of, right? Or if they're a good fit for you, then you go to the next process, which is the meeting stage, right? So for the meeting stage, you have the scheduling system, right? So this is where you send your link to them, and then they book a call with you, and then after that you guys meet, and then after the meeting you decide to say, okay, after the meeting you then send them a contract. You see the legal system here. The contract, you send them a proposal, you send them a payment link, right? So this is where you have the payment process as well. So you have the payment system, right, inside of these things. So all of these things are interwoven, like I said, right? So once the client has paid, they've signed the contracts, they've seen the proposal, it then goes to the next phase, which is the onboarding stage. In this phase, you have where you send them the welcome email, right? So this is where you have the resource, where you have the templates, where where you send an email that is already templated, right, to say, okay, welcome to name your business, the name of your business. I'm very glad that you chose my business to work with, and I feel like this will be a collaboration that will be progressive, and all of these things, right? However you want to frame it is perfect for you. Then after sending them the welcome email, you send them the welcome packet. The welcome packet is where you have the communication style. You tell them upfront to be able to build boundaries, right? To basically tell them I work from maybe 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. and I don't work on weekends. I don't, do so and so things. So we tend to work within the constraints of the contract. So this is where you literally just lay out how you operate as a business, right, to them, so that you're able to set boundaries within your business and people are able to respect it. Because another thing as you need as a business owner is the boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, people will cross your boundaries, and then you're not functioning as a business if you don't have your set boundaries, right? So yeah, this is a place that encapsulates or that lists out, the things, the do's and don'ts, of your business. Also putting in mind, it's not strict. It's not a strict thing that makes them feel like, oh, this person is too strict. It's something that can be discussed and so both of you can actually come into good agreement on how you guys can work, depending on how the work, and putting also their minds and how their mind operates into consideration as well. Now the next stage is the delivery stage, right? This is where you get all the various information you need from them. So maybe you need the links or you need their login details, depending on the business you're doing. You might need some key things, right? Maybe if you're a designer, maybe you need their brand assets, right? If you're a website designer, maybe you need a brand asset. If you're a virtual assistant, maybe you need their login. So these things, the things that will help you make the business, smooth, will make the outcome smooth, right? All the things that are necessary for you to be able to do that efficiently are the things you literally collect. So in this delivery stage also is where you establish communication, the communication medium, and how often you will communicate and how often they get to see, what you're working on, per time. And all of these things, right? So maybe the first stage is the second stage, the first deliverable, the timeline for you to deliver the first deliverable, timeline for you to deliver the second deliverable, timeline for you to deliver the third deliverable, how they can actually come into your system and actually see what you're doing in real time. All of these things are inside of the fulfillment or deliverable system. Now, the last stage is the offboarding, right? At this point, you're done with with everything the client has paid you to do. You need to onboard them. At this point, you have to give them back all their deliverable, give them back all the things they handed to you, log out of their systems, show them, give them the original copies of everything that you have, made for them or, done. And then you offboard them. You have a call with them, thanking them for the investment, asking them questions, going back maybe after 2 weeks to see how they're doing, if they're working, and then giving them space, to get back to you if there's any problem, maybe like within 2 weeks or a month, as the case may be in your business, right? And then I also have the retention system. This is a very important system you should incorporate into your business. So this is a system that will enable you reach out to them again, maybe after months of not working with them, asking them how they're feeling, then maybe trying to upsell them into something else in your business, right? And then so before this stage, you also have the feedback. This is where you collect feedback. How was my time with you? How was the service? How was how was the product? What do you think we can actually amend? What can we adjust? What did you not like? So all of these things will help you, subsequently, adjust, to be able to serve your clients better. So you see how the systems are all intertwined. They all work hand in hand for you to, to form a very good ecosystems. So these are five must-have systems in your business, right? All of these things are not set in stone. By all means, make your adjustment depending on the business, your stage, your needs, and the model, right, in your business, right? So my next topic is going to be about the tools you will need to build out all the systems, right? There's some tools that will help you build them out and then automate the systems. to be able to ensure that, some of them are hands-free, and then they work cohesively in your business. Now, if this was a very useful video for you, please like it, share it, comment what you felt or resonated with you. Or if you have any questions, please write it in the comments and I will answer you when I can. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.